Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to episode 207 of the Super Weapon Podcast, most overpowered podcast on the internet. It's your boy Darius Artis, and as always, got my co-host DC here with me today.
What up, though? Let's talk about them Lions, baby.
Oh man,
what a rush!
Are you finally living in your truth now when it comes to your football team, man? You accepting that they're good now?
Look here. Let me give you the modest answer. We're just taking it a game at a time.
Here we go.
Wait. No. I got you. We're taking it first down at a time, touchdown at a time.
Oh my God. We start off every week 1-0. Yeah.
We start off every week 1-0. 0-10, never again. All right.
Oh my gosh, man. Hey man, congratulations to the Lions, man. I know we don't really talk.
Congratulations to the Falcons, man.
Hey man. You know, we don't talk a lot of sports around here, but you know, me and DC are some diehard football fans, man.
Yeah, let us win.
Good year so far. Very exciting football season. You know what I mean? I'm just very, very, very excited and happy that we have a good quarterback. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Shout out to Kirk, man, who did a interview in a Waffle House parking lot, by the way.
True Georgia man.
Yeah, he's home now. So yeah,
I'm glad to see that, man. Hopefully, you know, we can keep moving forward in a positive direction, both teams.
Yeah.
I'm so mad we don't play each other this year.
Hey, might in the playoffs, man. Hey, might happen in the playoffs. You never know. So it's gonna be, you know, maybe we'll do a little drop here and there every couple weeks, kind of check in. And if you guys have a favorite football team, let us know too, man. I know, let's say we don't talk a lot about sports, but it is football season, and this is the best time of year. So let us know who you repping, man. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, man. Welcome to episode 207, guys. Happy Saturday. Thank y'all for being here, man. Another beautiful one. Pretty light. I don't want to say light in terms of like news, but I mean, we just got Nintendo continuing they continue the great purge of of 2024. So hold on, let me turn this back on actually, so you guys can see the site for this emulator. And
did I lose weight, mother, or is it because my shirt is extra tight?
Maybe a little of both, man. Look at you.
Oh yeah. Oh, but yeah, let's talk about this because I went to this site and you can't download anything.
Yeah, so Ryu Jinx, this was another popular Switch emulator for PC that, you know, there was word that came around. I think their Discord, the official Discord for Ryu Jinx, that the emulator created by someone, their username is GDK Chan. And Nintendo sent them an offer that they apparently couldn't refuse. So they took the offer, and Ryu Jinx has been taken down off of the internet everywhere. You can't download it anymore. And this kind of caused like a lot of, I guess, ruffled a lot of feathers because Nintendo, you know, they're pretty purposeful for, you know, the type of moves and things that they're doing. And I just really can't help this has something to do with the Switch 2 coming out soon. You know, we didn't really talk about it last week as rumors have been kind of circulating on like hardware and stuff on it. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I think this just gives more credit to the Switch 2 possibly coming out sooner rather than later. Yeah, you know, it's really interesting just from that point of view. I mean, because people have been talking about it for a while, and it allegedly is going to come out the first quarter Q1 of 2025. Are you going to be in line for one, man? You know, hey, scalpers have been crazy, man, for the Pro. You know,
I feel like I owe Nintendo one. I really do. I've missed out on this Switch purposely. When I was trying to get one, they were hard to find, and I kind of just got over it because the fact that, the truth be told, man, I'm a grown ass man with too many games. I'm not finishing anything.
Yeah.
I'm barely starting shit now. I just got too much going on being a grown man. So that kind of affected me in my quest to get a Switch because I was like, do I really need another system and have games on it that I'm barely going to play? So it was nothing against the Switch itself. I think the Switch and what it's done for consoles itself is it's insane, right? Because we always know that Nintendo is always going to do something left field crazy, either with their hardware or the games that they develop. And with the Switch being portable and also you can connect it to your TV at the time, that was like a big deal when it first came out, right? That was like the appeal for me. I was like, oh man, I can
Yeah.
take a dump and then like take this thing with me while I'm taking a shit. Like,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
cool. But I will definitely, I promise I'm probably going to get a Switch 2. I'm going to make a valiant effort
Yeah.
to get a Switch 2. Nintendo always have its own unique lineup of games that, you know, they're all legacy acts for the most part. That's always going to sell. Nintendo's always going to sell. They're the mafia. Now, this is what I was thinking about, right? So this company has been around since 2017. I was wondering what took them so long, because you know Nintendo do not play about their stuff. So
Yeah.
I
It's
was
interesting,
wondering,
right?
like, yeah, I was wondering, like, why did it take 7 years and some change before Nintendo finally decided to say, hey, y'all can't be emulating our stuff. Like, what is going on over here? Because you see what they did with
With
what's
Yuzu,
the
it was in March. Yeah, March of this
not
year.
even Yuzu. What's the game that just came out? Pal World.
Oh yeah, Power World. Yep.
We know that Nintendo is quick to put their foot down on anyone that's jeopardizing any of their IPs. So as I was doing research for this topic, I was trying to find out, like, okay, was there a reason for them taking so long? Now, maybe you found something, but I couldn't really pinpoint it. And it's just like, what do these guys think, the creators over there who, let me look at my notes. I know I have their names somewhere. But were they thinking like they were going to get away with this? Or maybe it was
You know,
some
man,
lawyer
and
jargon. They was like, well, you can make this emulator, but if you do it like this, Nintendo really can't say anything. You know what I mean?
I think that's really the biggest problem that emulators are such a gray area in the industry. You know, from what I saw, I mean, Ryujinx didn't necessarily do anything bad, but there were ways I guess that they could have, you know, and I'm not a lawyer, guys. I don't really know. It's just like theories that I've seen, but that there
Mm-hmm.
was a way that they could have, DMCA'd them, or there was some way that they could have, taken advantage of, or an exploit for them, and becoming basically an emulation platform. And I think, with a lot of people, like I said, a lot of the hardware I think has allegedly come out about the Switch 2, and it's how it's very similar to the Switch 1 as far as like the architecture is. And so what that would do, essentially, people would be able to basically rip the games off the Switch 2 and emulate them. What was the game? There was one that just came out, Legend of Zelda game that came out, I think,
Mm-hmm.
last week. The day after, there were already emulators up of it on PC. Higher frame rates, higher fidelity, because that's always been the argument against Nintendo, right? Like, that the hardware doesn't really
People
do,
then got
you
so
know,
mad that they then started creating the Nintendo games that they want, basically.
yeah, and you know, it sucks because Nintendo does stuff like this. I mean, what does this kind of mean going forward for emulators in general? I mean, we've talked a lot about like game preservation and how Nintendo is they've been the same their entire the time the business has been in games, as far as I know. Like, they don't really
Mm-hmm.
they just recently started to bring games up to Switch from Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo, with those packages you can buy online on the Switch. I mean, they're slowly kind of coming around to that, but I just kind of look at it like, if they would have really, they released the Switch next year, they don't want anyone, I don't say like outstripping it or outshining it, because it's happened with the last few big games that they released. What was it, Legend of Zelda? The same thing happened. I think 3 or 4 days later, there were emulators of
Well,
the game
didn't it
out.
happen with Pokemon as
Happened with
well?
Pokemon as well, and that was a big sticking point. We talked about that a lot with
Pokemon
Pokemon.
looked beautiful. Oh my god.
Like
The remix of Pokemon looked like what Pokemon should have looked like.
yeah, and I mean, we don't know exactly what the lineup of the Switch 2 could look like. We know that Metroid 4 is coming out next year, which I'm actually pretty excited about, and that's about it, right? But who's to say that they're not going to release a Pokemon game next year? So they want to take the they could take this kind of route, this scummy route, if you will, or the legal route, and tie up Pal World in legal trouble for the next couple of years, slow their development down because they're a small studio, right? Like they can out muscle them essentially, and they'll have the money because the Switch 2 is going to come out and it's going to sell. It's 100% going to sell, and I don't know. It's just like my just weird tinfoil theory that they're just trying to outstrip and remove all potential attention away from the Switch launch. And I mean, it's smart, man, but it just sucks that.
And I get that from a business standpoint, right?
Right.
You don't want nothing to take away from your moment, essentially. Like you don't want to come out with something and then it's just like, oh, the next day we have this company and this emulator that's doing like 3 times better than what we originally just dropped. So that's going to make a lot of people question some things, and you don't want that to happen. So I didn't look at it from that standpoint, but I think that is a good way to look at it.
Yeah, and I mean,
like we want to neutralize all competition. Come on, say it with me, dog. Nintendo is the mafia, okay?
They are, man. And I mean,
don't this little sweet cutesy shit that they be doing. They're the mafia.
They are, a lot of people. We joke and talked about PlayStation becoming like Apple. Like Nintendo is Apple of the game industry, man. Like they have things the way that they want it, and they make money. Like they just make so much money. Like, they continue to just hand over fist, man. And
so let's talk about this. Hold on, I don't even mean to cut you off. But you said money, right? Think about this. They made this man an offer he couldn't refuse.
He disappeared.
Then he can't talk about it.
He's gone.
Then he disappeared.
And then all the Ryujinx software disappeared. Everything's gone. Like
you go to the website that he created for the emulator. The website, now Nintendo wants to hang, you know how you put the head on the spear and stick it in your yard to let people know don't fuck with me? Nintendo left the site up with nothing on it just to show you this is what we do.
It's insane, man.
You, they're the mafia, bro.
They
Nintendo
are.
will put you in a box. They will put you in a box, Tori. That's exactly what they'll do.
Yeah. No,
so
I mean,
either this man's living life somewhere with a lot of money, or
he either worked for them or he in a basement somewhere. One way or the other. No, they do make great games. I mean, that allows them to do what they want, right? Like they've been wanting to do. Nintendo goes to beat their own drum. The Switch 2 is going to come out, like I said, is going to make a lot of money. There will probably be a Pokemon game announcement next year, which is why I think they're going after Pal World. I think that they, like I said, they just want to eliminate competition, and it sucks that they can do this. They can legally do the things that they're doing, and I wish the game industry wasn't like that, right? But here we are. So
because Pal World is such a good game.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think y'all better enjoy it while you can, because either there's going to be a drastic change with Pal World, or it may just disappear.
Yeah.
Like we're not producing no more DLC, no more content, and it slowly falls
we'll
off
keep
the edge of the earth.
keep the servers on. Here's the final update for Pal World 2026. Something just really sad, man. Hey, what's going on, Darkstar? But yeah, I don't know. Like I think that's just my crazy theory. I also just think that in a couple years, right? This is like really just crazy. I have no reason to think this. It just kind of popped into my head, like doing research on all this. Like I could see one day Nintendo eventually opening up their own like digital storefront that you could play their games on PC, but it won't be on Steam. It won't be on Game Pass. It'll be their own digital storefront, and it's going to make them even more money. That's what I think. I don't know. I have no reason to think that. Maybe a generation or two for now for them. Like it's not going to be with the Switch 2. But it seems like they're kind of slowly changing just a little bit, but they're taking their time. So
yeah, Nintendo know what they're doing, and I'm looking forward to seeing. I'm so obsessed with seeing what the Switch 2 is going to look like. I don't think they deviate too far from what the original Switch looks like.
Nah,
I'm thinking maybe bigger screen, better battery life.
Probably 1080p handheld mode, something like that. I think
the hardware, or shall I say, the way it looks, the mobile component, I don't think any of that's going to change. They just going to make it more, it's going to be, obviously it's going to be more powerful. I really do think we may get a bigger screen, and I know they're going to give us better battery life. We
I
have
hope
to.
so. And then,
That's a given.
hopefully, the Joy-Con issue doesn't happen again like it did with the the original Switch launch, where they just kind of wore
I think
out
we
pretty
get
quickly.
updated Joy-Cons. I
Yeah,
think we
they did.
definitely, we're definitely going to see some kind of motorized farting in your hand kind of Joy-Con. Like it's going to be some kind of new technology with the controllers themselves.
Yeah.
And I honestly cannot wait to see it. I'm really obsessed with the Switch 2 and how it's going to look.
It's just a
How it's
time,
gonna
man.
play,
Like
everything.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Like whenever Nintendo drops stuff, I just give them credit, man. Like there's no other kind of hype.
And their games
Especially
are always so, they do a really good job at creating these weird things that work, right? Like Mario, like every time you think that plumber crack can't do anything else, it's like, oh, in this game, he has a magical hat that takes you through dimensions, and you got to use the dimensions to progress through the levels, and blah 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 blah. It's always some
and then
weird kind of
and then it's a
mechanic.
10 out of 10 on Metacritic, and it sells like 12 million copies, 20 million
Exactly.
copies.
Or hey, Zelda, like with the last Zelda,
Yeah.
oh, we're gonna have it to where you can create all these pieces, and you got to use the pieces to progress through these puzzles. And it's like always these weird little unique mechanics that people like, oh, damn, this is kind of cool once you start using it. And I think that's what makes Nintendo Nintendo. And I don't want them to change. Like, keep doing that. I do want to see some different IPs. I do want them in regards to step out of that box a little
Yeah,
bit.
sure.
Like create a totally brand new game. Like that's not Mario, that's not Zelda, that's not Star Fox or whatever their beautiful lineup is.
Man,
Donkey Kong,
forever.
none of that. I
Yeah.
want a brand new IP from Nintendo on the Nintendo Switch. I would love to see that.
That would be cool. I think it's I kind of
think they
agree
could
with
do
that.
And it's going to be good. I think they could do it, and I think they can keep it. Nintendo tends to keep their games family oriented. Nothing wrong with that. They're still good games. You don't have to be Mr. Shoot 'em up, violence, blowing people heads off.
I mean, I'm sure Call of Duty Black Ops 6 will be on it. They've kind of opened the floodgates a little bit. There was gosh, I mean, I know I know a lot of people make fun of Mortal Kombat for being on the Switch.
Oh, that shit was
because it looked awful, but I think with with a more powerful machine, you could possibly start seeing like those kind of games. I mean, because ultimately, man, like I think the Switch 2's biggest competition is the Steam Deck and all those handheld devices, and you want to at least kind of, yeah, I really hope they at least kind of get to some kind of comparable standard with the the bits and stuff inside. But yeah, man,
Sorry.
It was a
Every
nightmare.
Time somebody
man.
say nightmare fuel, that shit is hilarious to me, bro.
Yeah, it was 100% nightmare fuel, man. I mean, we'll see though. It's gonna be interesting, man. Like I hope maybe we'll get a announcement at the Video Game Awards. I don't know if Jeff could secure that from Nintendo, but I mean 2025 looking crazy, man. I don't know. Like then you got GTA 6 coming out at the end of the year because it's not gonna get delayed. It's 100% gonna come out on time.
All right, let's have a conversation. All right? GTA 6 will be delayed.
It's gonna be.
I'm gonna say it.
It's gonna be on time, man. 100%.
It's gonna get delayed, and they already talking about the story mode is not gonna be as long as people think it's gonna be. Strike.
We're gonna get. It's gonna come out. I'm gonna say
January 1st.
no.
2000.
I'm gonna say November 5th, 2024.
Isn't that the date it's supposed to come out?
I don't know. They haven't released a date.
Oh, they didn't release it.
They haven't released a date. They just said 2025. So
how convenient
November.
is that,
It's gonna
chat?
be $80, right?
How convenient is that, chat? Don't
And-
release a date because you're gonna push that shit back.
And then people are gonna play it on their PS4 Pros that are gonna be collecting dust until that game comes out. And then it's gonna be a great week. It's gonna be a great year.
Let me tell you something right now. All right. I need Rockstar to step to the front of the congregation because I need you to hear me and I need you to hear me well, okay? If y'all shortchange this story, if y'all do my girl, Lucia, is it Lucia?
I believe that's her name.
The main character?
Yeah.
If y'all do my girl like that, because I've already fell in love. I'm just telling you now. That's my boo.
Oh, no.
Nothing's going to change, okay? If y'all shortchange her story, I'm going to say it's because she's a girl and I'm going to slander you. I'm telling you now.
Wow.
I'm telling you now. I want a good GTA story. Do not shortchange this because you want to go online and monetize the hell out of the game. Get your money, but don't do that to us, man. We play GTA because, well, I know I play GTA because I love the stories. The online is just a bonus, but don't do that to us, man. Don't shortchange the people. Y'all got trillions of dollars to make this game. Come on, dog.
So what do you think? What do you think? When do you think the online mode is going to release after the game comes out?
6 months.
6 months?
I keep telling people. No, well, wait.
That's good.
If they shortchange the story, I'm gonna roughly say about 3 to 4 maybe months. 3 to 4. Because I think they want everybody to buy it and then they want to monetize. The stuff that I'm telling you right now, the way this game is going to be a case study because the way that they monetize this game is going to set trends for the future in every other game to come.
Especially with the budget. Like, I can't even imagine. I mean, like,
what is it, a $2 billion budget?
They said it's over $1 billion, man, at least. Like, who knows what the final toll is going to end up being.
And you think they ain't trying to get that money back?
Like, it's going to be crazy. I mean, and it's just going to keep happening. You know, this is not going to be the only game. I mean,
mark my words again, there definitely will be collaborations with outside products. And what I mean by that is you will have collaboration with clothing companies.
Oh, sure. That would actually be pretty cool. I would like to see that.
It's going to be a thing. They didn't buy 5M for nothing. It's going to be a thing. They're going to have car collaborations. Oh my gosh,
the amount of revenue they would get from selling like official licensed stuff in game, that would be insane.
It's not going to just be, you're going to have GTA Online, and then I guarantee you're going to have GTA Roleplay online. There's going to be 2 different
And that's going to be like the subscribe. You have to subscribe to play that, or you have to subscribe to host a server. They're going to monetize it.
That's what I was about to say. I was about to say they're going to start selling servers through their purchase of 5M.
That's smart, man.
It's gonna be a monetization fiasco, and I'm here for it.
It's basically gonna be MMO is what it sounds like. Yeah,
I understand that. Hey, I like I always say, I understand you have to get your money. If you're spending close to $2 billion to make a game, I understand that you're gonna do some stuff to get that money back. Long as things are fairly monetized and it's not forced, and there's nothing that you need to be better within the game, pay to win sort of tactics, then do what you got to do. But I just really want them not to shortchange us like they did with GTA 5. And they just said, oh, screw the DLC. We're making so much money online. We don't need to make this DLC because it's pointless and it's not really going to. The return on investment for this is not really needed, and it makes me sad, man, because Lamar really was a funny character that I wish would have got DLC.
Yeah, or maybe, man, you never know. Maybe he shows up in 6. Maybe he'll get his just due, or I hope that they do some kind of DLC. I think it'd be cool.
It's happening, BZ. I promise you. They didn't buy 5M for nothing. They're going to have specific role-playing servers, man. It's going to be part of console, because right now you can only do like 5M on PC.
Yeah,
they're gonna have it to where it's gonna be integrated, and all of it is gonna be crossplay. It's gonna be crazy, man. It's actually, I'm very excited to see, because this is gonna change the way. It's gonna be a part of gaming history. I'll say that it's gonna be a big part of gaming history. And
then you have
who else but Rockstar, right?
Yeah, you got the introduction of, people are going to hate it, but like AI stuff, like as far as like game rendering, like AI scaling is the best. I mean, I think from that point of view, like you're gonna see some cool stuff over the next couple of years.
Because
I really feel like.
I want to add this one last thing, and then we can move on.
No,
what people don't realize is in GTA Online right now, you can create your own game modes and you can create your own races and stuff like that. And that is all basically what 5M is. It's kind of customizing this GTA map that you already have, right?
Yeah.
Just putting stuff in it and stuff like that. So they kind of already have the framework for you to edit the map and stuff like that. Like a lot of people, like if you play GTA, because I still play GTA online, not the RP. I RP too, but I still play the regular online mode because I have a problem. Okay, I'm a cool cat. I can't stop playing this game. I always want to earn money. I always want to have
He's a
the
part of your
flashy
identity
cars.
now, man. There's no
It's I have problems. Okay, but what a lot of people don't realize on the online portion of that game is you can create your own maps and stuff. So I just see that like magnified with
yeah.
GTA 6. Like they're gonna have it to where, yeah, say Darius hosts a server. All right, Darius is hosting a server. We all go on the server. We could role play, mess around, whatever. You could host and have people come in. You could whitelist it
Right.
to where people have to go through you to get on. It's going to be
I
interesting.
mean,
Man.
it's
Next
just
2 years is going to be crazy.
and yeah, I mean, yeah, because it is gonna make it like way more accessible, just like Crunchyroll did for anime, right? Like, I think just where we're kind of headed with you look at stuff like Roblox and what games like Fortnite are doing, and Unreal just had a presentation. They were talking about Unreal 6 and just like the innovations of stuff. Like I think that I don't want to say GTA is looking for that Roblox model where you can basically create your own, just like you said, your own game heist. I wonder if they're
Hmm.
gonna go like give you that kind of freedom because that would be cool, man. Like I think that would be
You
awesome.
could do that in 5M now, so I wouldn't be surprised if GTA. And I think, honestly, I think that's going to be the biggest reason why it also may get pushed back because people don't understand what goes into that. That's like on the back end to create all that and then to have it also play on console
Yeah,
and then have it integrated into PC with PC players, and it can be done, no doubt. But it's going to take a lot of configuration. It's going to be a lot of bumps and bruises. Remember when GTA 5 came out online? The game wasn't even playable for a month because
oh yeah, true.
they didn't expect so many people. I don't know how or why
The
they didn't expect
servers.
so.
Well, I mean,
The
back then
servers
that
took
was
off
new
hard.
though. You gotta think back then, like
True,
online gaming
true.
was just really kind of getting its legs a little bit. I mean, we had that was what basically the tail end of the 360 PlayStation 3 era. Like, and
Hmm.
people don't remember like how weird online gaming was or how limited it was. I guess is the best way to put it. And maybe they just didn't know. Yeah, you're right. Like, but it's cool, like, because just being there and seeing that kind of history with the franchise, I think it's something really notable, and it's probably gonna happen again. I mean, you could try to prepare as much as you can, I guess, but sometimes the demand, like, I really do think GTA 6 is gonna be like, whenever it comes out, it's truly gonna be, I think, the number one selling game of all time. I don't know, like, it's crazy just seeing the heights that they reach with that, and I couldn't imagine working on that game and having that kind of pressure, like. But we'll see, man.
Yeah,
2025.
hopefully they're not getting crunched to death. So
I hope not,
yeah,
man. Gosh, man. Please, please. All
please
right,
don't kill
man.
the people with crunch.
Now we're gonna talk about our good old friends at Ubisoft, man. We
They're
briefly
back.
touched on them last week, but things have kind of devolved for them in a not good direction, man. So, we had the delay announcement of Assassin's Creed. The was it, a few days? It wasn't even like a full week. It's been like 4 or 5 days, and now the board. Apparently, the board for Ubisoft is looking to investigate the company.
Ooh.
Because Star Wars Outlaws apparently didn't sell as well as they would have wanted, and there's this report from a guy, Tom Warren, where he talks about that the game had a lot of issues behind the scene with development, which isn't something we should be surprised to hear, right? But I don't know, man. It's just like some of the reports that I'm talking about, them changing, not changing Yasuke's story. I know there was a big rumor about him being removed from the game. He's not getting taken out of the game, man. Like, stop spreading false information. I just think the game wasn't ready, man. Like, it sounds like it was just in a bad state, and Ubisoft doesn't seem like they can afford many more mistakes, man. They've just been kind of
about to say it. I was just about to say that they are playing it safe.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, it's like when your mom tell you, yeah, when I get off work, you know, you've been real bad with the babysitter and I'm whooping your ass when I get home. So I don't know what that has to do with Ubisoft. I just had a flashback. Sorry. But yeah, Ubisoft they can't afford this mistake. And I know the pressure, right? I feel like they pushed it back, and it may not necessarily be anything wrong with it. They probably pushed it back to make sure that it's polished. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they need this to hit. They don't it's not just they need this to hit. They need this bad. They need this win bad, because I think
I agree.
With the issues that they're having with X Defiant, then Star Wars kind of tanking.
Oh, man, X Defiant. Talk about a game that
was supposed to be their cash cow.
Came
right?
and went, right? Like, what happened with that game? Like, because I know we have a couple of people that have played it. I didn't play it. Did you ever play X Defiant at all, or?
Oh no, I played it, and I don't think it was a bad game. But the thing is, it didn't do anything to stand out.
Right.
Like, it was just another shooter. I know BZ in the chat. I know he played his good fair share of it, and I would love to hear what he think about it. But I played it, and I know your operators, like, it kind of went with like a siege kind of thing, as far as like having operators, and they have like specific things that they can do.
Right.
But honestly, it just felt like another kind of generic shooter to me. It didn't keep me around.
Yeah.
I played it, and I was just like, I don't think this is something that I want to play long term. But yeah, you can't. I think with that not landing the way that they wanted to in Star Wars, because that was supposed to be their 1-2 punch, right? Like, when that dropped, that was supposed to do well. We supposed to roll into Star Wars. Star Wars was another one that I actually wanted to buy, and all my friends advised against.
Man, it's so sad, because the game did okay as far as reviews, but you know, the one thing I kept hearing people say was the game gets really good 10 hours in. And you know, we've talked about this time and time again, right? Like, games nowadays only get one chance to be, you know, to pique someone's interest, to keep my attention before I'm on to the next one, you know, especially around this time of year, man. And it happens every year. There's always these games that seem like they have promise. They come out in the fall and they get crushed under another game, or, you know, or they just kind of fall flat in their face. And, you know, I actually just like completely brain farted and forgot X Defiant was a game for a while. I mean, it came and went, and you know, we've talked about like first person shooters and how those games can't be generic in today's market. It just doesn't work, man. I mean, you know, once again, shout out Concord. And
RIP.
And you know, we can't forget what's the boat game? Oh my God, Skull and Bones.
Skull and Bones.
Yeah. Reports of that.
I affectionately love to call Booty and Bones, because
I mean, they're saying like they spent like $800 million on development with that game, like over an 8-year period. Like,
think about that, chat.
That's so much money.
8-year period, $800 million for a game to tank. Somebody got a stapler thrown at them in that office. That is insane. That's almost $1 billion.
Like, companies can't continue to take these losses, and it just really breaks my heart seeing a company like Ubisoft, a company I grew up loving their games and playing a lot of their games, man, and to see them in the state that they're in, you know, to the point now where people are thinking that Tencent might allegedly buy them from the Guillemot family. I mean, I don't know if that's what's best or not, but I mean, I just, at this point, it's like, you know, do you even think like Assassin's Creed could turn the ship for them? You know, it had to be like, I just don't know at this point, man. Like, I kind of think that, you know, maybe they might get picked up by somebody. Who knows, man? Maybe it's good for them. Like, getting from under that family and how bad the leadership has been there, all the sexual harassment stuff. Like maybe Ubisoft just needs like a new start.
Think
But
about it like this. Think about it like this. You got this family, right? I mean, no disrespect, but their way of thinking might just be outdated.
right,
Think about like football, like how we have these GMs who really don't know a damn thing about football, but they keep making these bonehead decisions. You know what I'm saying? So I
yeah.
just
I
look
mean, they're
at it
just behind the
as
times. You're right. Like a lot of the
it
games
could
are.
be it could be good for Ubisoft to move away from that family. If it get bought, sold out, go private, whatever they're trying to do with it, maybe that this change will be for the best. Because right now, let's be honest, man, Ubisoft and had a formula for the past 10 years that they refuse to deviate from their UAI, from the way that their games look. They're
Yeah.
all massive open world games to where there's a lot of useless clutter on the map. It gets real repetitive. Assassin's Creed been like that for a while now. What is the
Yeah,
other
I
game?
mean, I mean, you look at their shooters, their shooter games. I was thinking about, oh my gosh, what was it? I just had a brain fart. The Division 3, and how they announced that that game was in development, right? And
Mm-hmm.
looter shooters aren't doing hot right now. You know, whether people want to say it or not, the Division 2 didn't do great. I loved the Division 2. I had fun playing with it with you guys when it released, but it just kind of fell flat towards the end. And good morning, Winnie. How you guys doing, man? If you guys listening to the audio version of this podcast, man, we do record this live every Saturday, 11 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Eastern, on twitch.tv/artist. But yeah, I kind of worry about those kind of franchises because what happens, to that point. I mean, you told me about that ridiculous character they released on Siege. Like,
Yes.
I'm just be honest, man. Like, I
Siege
understand
has
that
jumped the shark, damn it.
yeah, I don't know where they go from here with that franchise. Like, at some point, and I think it's gonna happen to Apex too. At some point, you're gonna have to
They all fall off
move
at some
on,
point.
yeah, or do something, yeah. Like, because we're kind of now just starting to get to the point where BRs have been around for a decade plus.
But can you
You
believe that
know,
that's one of their money makers, though?
it is, yeah. Oh yeah, it makes
Like
them. Oh
Siege is one of
man,
their money makers. So Siege is actually a game that consistently makes money for them.
yeah,
So I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon.
nah,
The tournaments for it tend to do very well. Like there's still people. There's a good sized group of people who still care about Siege. I know
yeah.
we fell off of it. I wish that. I mean, we had some great times, man. Siege was a time, but
It
you
was
move
a
on, right?
time, and that was it, man. Like, I mean, it just
It started to get to me, the operator started to get a little too wonky. Like
yeah,
it went from tactical to like I was playing Overwatch, and I kind of stopped enjoying the game. And if you look at the
yeah,
operators now, you'll understand what I'm talking about. We have an operator that's in a wheelchair who controls two robots. So essentially, your team has an extra player. It's
Professor
like it's just
Xavier.
getting, and the way that people are already plotting on how to use that extra character, it's very, very welfare. I'll just say that. Like the things that people set up already is
Yeah.
very cheesy. And I'm like, this is the reason why I stopped playing Siege.
I
Um,
mean, and then you got what's the other one? The fighting game that they have, man. What is it
mm,
called? Oh my gosh, somebody in chat help me out. Where you're like you're playing as different warriors from different cultures.
I
Oh
know
my,
exactly what you're
oh
talking
my
about.
gosh, what is the name of
That
that
game
game?
is actually fire. It's just a steep learning curve. Like if you didn't start
Somebody,
off with that game,
somebody will tell me. For Honor, thank you,
For Honor,
Jesus. Yes, thank you, Darkstar. But I wonder what those kind of franchises are doing for them from a
yo,
like a
they
revenue
still drop
standpoint.
DLC.
They
For
do.
Honor, low key, still be dropping content. And yes,
Yeah,
I agree with Weenie. I love For Honor. It's just I didn't keep up with it, and now the mechanics, everything has changed so much.
everybody's too good at that game. It's like Dead by Daylight. Like you can't be a new player playing those games because everyone is
It's
so
very
good.
unwelcoming to new players.
Yes. Yes. If you haven't been playing For Honor for all these years, don't even think about it. I'll just be honest, man. Like just don't do it to yourself.
But that's
But
most games, though, right?
yeah.
Especially like those type of games where multiplayer type games. I mean, you could say the same thing for Apex. Like if you jumping into Apex is not easy right now. Like the learning
Absolutely
curve and
not. Yeah, I wouldn't
it's
recommend it.
sickening right now.
Yeah, Rocket
But
League
For
too.
Honor
Yeah,
was a
BG.
good
Yeah.
game. But my thing is, even with For Honor, if you just look at it, it's put it like this: when you walk into a room, let's just say you go into a club, you can spot the Ubisoft game in the room. Like their
Yeah.
games stand out, and that's not in a good way.
And
It's just the way that they create their games.
yeah, man, they used to be so good at like their games had their own identities, and it's not like that anymore. Everything's so gray and militarized. You know, it's
hmm
all gritty.
Digital little
Yeah, digital
everything.
gritty
Just
warfare or like I mean, because they tried. What was the one game that they tried? Where you played kind of like Icarus. What was the name of the game, man? I played it on Epic Game Store. It wasn't great.
here's some DC lore for you while you think about that.
Damn, I
I
can't
used to be
remember.
addicted to Rocket League.
Really?
You don't remember when I used to? Man,
Vaguely. That was like Xbox One era, though, right? That was a long
yeah,
time ago.
I used to play Rocket League a lot.
You did? Oh my
I was in
god.
love with that game.
That was back
I
when it was kind
so
of new,
addicted
though.
to that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played. I put in some hours on Rocket League. It was ridiculous.
Isn't
Me
it
and my
crazy,
nephew
like
played
how
it a
long
lot.
that's been around too? I mean, like really though, like what is gonna happen to all these games 5, 10 years from now when we're in another
If
console
they're making
generation?
money, they're
Like
still gonna be here.
that's gonna be insane. Like, is it gonna get like League of Legends where there's like
But
80
see, that's the
characters
thing,
per
though.
game? You know, like that's insane.
That's the thing, though, Darius. Everyone's looking, and I blame Grand Theft Auto 5 online for everyone looking for this golden goose.
Yeah,
Everyone's looking for that one game that's gonna cash them the hell out. Since GTA Online has been out to this day, every month they have a subscription now. This
true.
game makes money every month. Not we ain't talking about no chump
Millions.
change. It makes millions every month. So with that, once GTA figured that formula out, I feel like every other company has been trying to find that game. That's why you have the X Defiance, all these games. What was the other one? Concord.
Yeah.
Sony was
Concord.
looking for that cash cow that they could keep making
I
money.
mean,
off
hell,
of.
they still are. I mean, there's rumors of a Horizon MMO, and they haven't given up on Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2 actually kind of coming back a little bit. I mean, it's just insane to see like everything's becoming just kind of services.
And we're forgetting the stories.
Yeah, man. It's like I said, I hope that Ubisoft kind of can get back to doing those things that made them great in the first place. I mean, if BioWare, who seems like they're making the right steps to come back, because I'm gonna check out Dragon Age, man. I do want to check it out at the end of the month, but that game looks pretty good. But I just feel like the studios that we kind of grew up, with gets kind of got lost in the sauce, man. And I don't know, like I'm gonna tell you guys what though, I think the games are gonna go up another $10 next
Yes,
year.
sir.
I think it's gonna be $80 games at the
I
base
agree
floor.
with you on that. Yeah, yep. Y'all might as well brace your wallets.
I think
because they don't have a
$70 was
choice.
just the initial getting you ready. They're gonna go to 80 plus, 100%. I'm gonna just go ahead and tell y'all that right now. AAA
So-
games are gonna be 80 plus bucks, man, 100%.
Starting with Dragon Ball, Sparking Ass. I mean, Sparking Zero.
Sparking Zero looks good, man. We'll talk about that.
They
after.
leaked it already, you bastards.
We'll talk
Stop
about
doing
it. Yeah,
that.
we'll talk about it after the pod, man.
Yeah, stop leaking.
Yeah, Plankton trying to get that Krabby Patty formula. Not like Slugworth trying to get the everlasting gobstopper. That's what
Hey,
they're trying to
Weenie,
find
could
it,
you do me a
man.
favor, Weenie? Go ahead and block BZ for. Give him a little chill. Give him about 15 minutes. Let him cool off for a minute.
Oh man, that's so funny. All right,
Because
man.
apparently he don't know how to act.
But yeah, man, I don't know. It's gonna be really interesting to see. I hope that Assassin's Creed Shadows is good. I'm gonna play it. It sucks that it comes out 2 weeks before Monster Hunter, but I'm gonna play as much of it as I
That's 2
can.
weeks of you playing it, right?
Yeah, it's just 2 weeks of me playing. I'll play as much as I can, and then Monster Hunter has me probably for the next like 4 or 5 months. I'm not even kidding. That's like a light estimate.
Scheduled content. I learned that from BZ.
Yeah, Monster Hunter got me.
Scheduled content.
But yeah,
it's gonna have Monster Hunter. We already know what that's about to do out in these streets.
Yes, indeed. It's gonna be a great time, man. But yeah, man. That's the end of the podcast. It's gonna do it to her, man. Appreciate you guys for hanging out. Not really got a lot to say. I mean, let us know what you guys' favorite football team is. First of all, go Falcons.
Second of all, on this screen, is this a thing? Is this going to come out? Splinter Cell?
I mean, they're working on a remake of it, but will it ever come out? Man, who knows, right? They might get canceled.
Oh, I don't see. Boo.
They've been working on it for a long
remake.
time.
Make a new goddamn game, please.
Nope, it's a remake, man. That's the world we live in. Remakes.
Because they're easier to make. We already got the bones.
Yeah, we're gonna eat our Monster Hunter, man.
Put a new skin on it.
Like I said, Monster Hunter for me was the game that really helped my community take off in on Mixer. So we're gonna have. I just want to have fun.
We're bringing Mixer back.
Yeah, we ain't got that.
I've been learning some coding over here.
All right, okay. Thank you guys for hanging out for episode 207. That's gonna do it. Oh man, you guys can find me everywhere.
I'm trying to have fun. I swear, this guy.
Oh
He's
shit,
like a
man!
teacher.
You guys are so funny, man. Y'all can find me everywhere. Darius the Artist, man. Your boy is gonna get back on YouTube and stuff. I have some ideas. I actually need to talk to you sometime next week. We'll chat.
We need to have BZ on the damn show.
We'll chat, man. Formula. We'll chat. But let's get up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all. You can find me everywhere. Darius the Artist on Twitter. Darius the Artist, where he is a 3 DC. Take us home.
Take us home. This is a stand-up pod. Make sure you guys are standing up. You're stretching. You're drinking your water. And you're being healthy because nowadays, health is wealth. And RIP to all the people we lost the last couple of months. It's been wild out here, but take care of yourself. Drink your water. And with that being said, I never know what I'm going to say because I usually write it down, then I always forget.
Just let it come from your heart, man.
That's stupid of me. Hold on.
No, you're not stupid. Come on, man. Just let it come from your heart, man.
Let it come from my heart. All right, guys. I'm keep it real with you, man. Last couple of months been stressing me the fuck out, bro. But you guys have made it a lot better. I love coming here, and I love potting with you freaks. That's all I got, man. That's all I got.
Oh, cut. All right, goddamn it. Cut. All right, thank you guys for hanging out, man. If you guys are in chat, we're hanging around. We're going to play some games.
Insert dramatic walk-off.
And then the curtains close on the episode at the end. Peace.
Yeah. Peace.